Hello my dear ones. Today I am here with a beautiful story for you. I know you all love stories. So today the story is Vicky and his friends. Okay? So this is a story about teamwork. Okay? What do you mean by teamwork? Yes, working together. Isn't it? So here we all know that working together can create wonders. When we work together, when we team up and do something, it can give us more result. Now in our daily life, we face a lot of difficulties. Isn't it? Now also you are sitting at home, you cannot come to school because of the pandemic, COVID-19. Isn't it? But we are a team, we are working up against that, we are working, the school is also working against, to provide you education, we are all working as a team. Your parents are there, teachers are here, we all are working together for your bright future, isn't it? So like that, when we team up, it can create wonders. Okay, so let's see what the story is all about. Vicky and his friends. Vicky, as you can see, is a Malabar giant squirrel. What is a Malabar giant squirrel? A particular kind of squirrels that we see in the Malabar area. That is, they are squirrels but not the usual small ones, they are bigger in size. So if you go to Adirampalli waterfalls and all, you can see this type of squirrels there. Okay, so Vicky and his friends. There are a lot of friends for Vicky and we will see what the story is all about. Okay? Okay. So, in the worksheet page number 83, we will start with the lesson. Vicky was a Malabar giant squirrel who lived in a thick forest. He is almost 2 feet long with reddish brown thick fur and a glossy thick tail to match. Vicky loved trees. So who's Vicky? Is a Malabar giant squirrel and he lived in a thick forest. And he's only 2 feet long with reddish brown fur. See the color of this squirrel? It's reddish brown color and it have a glossy thick tail to match. Very beautiful shining tail it is having to match with the its body. Isn't it? Did you see? See the tail of the squirrel, very beautiful one. Okay, so Vicky was a beautiful giant squirrel. So this is Vicky, the Malabar giant squirrel. Let's see, look at his body, very beautiful to see, isn't it? Okay, so he loved trees. He loved to jump from one tree to another and he used to hug the trees. He loved it very much. Okay, so whole day long he hopped from one tree to another. Hopped means jumped from one tree to another and he spoke to them and hugged them every day. So he loved to speak to the trees. So he loved it, and from one tree to another he used to jump and hug the trees and say hello. He used to talk to the trees. And he loved to sit on top of his favorite jamun tree and look at the blue river flowing serenely through the forest. So one tree was there which was his favorite. Which was a tree? Yes, the jamun tree. Jamun, you know jamun. What is a jamun tree? Nyaval padam in Malayalam. Okay, it's a black colored fruit, very tasty one. So he loved the jamun tree. He loved to sit on the top of jamun tree and there was a river flowing by and he loved to look at the river flowing serenely, means very calmly through the forest. So that was his favorite place to sit. Okay, the sun's rays shimmered on water and turned into golden copper color. So you know when during the morning time and in the evening time, when sun shines, its reflection, shimmered means shining. The sun's rays shimmered on the water. It will the sun's rays get shimmered, shines on water. Isn't it? You can see beautiful color of golden copper color in water once the sun's rays are shining, especially in the morning and evening time. Vicky had many friends in the jungle. The jungle was a home to gores and sloth bears. Eagles dotted the skies and porcupines made their way through the thicket. On the forest floor, now and then, Vicky could see Kalia, the king cobra, as it slithered noiselessly. So see these words, you have to, some new words are there which you should underline and you should know the meanings. Okay, so Vicky had many friends. He was a chatterbox, he used to talk to everyone and he had many friends in the jungle. The jungle was a home to gores and sloth bears. What's a gore? See, gore, kaatupothu, and sloth bears. So the jungle had gores, sloth bears, and then what else is there? Eagles dotted the skies. Dotted means eagles fly above the sky. Dotted means what? You can see when you look from down, you can see only the eagle as a dot flying in the sky. Okay, so that's what is meant by eagles dotted the skies, and porcupines made their way through the thicket. Thicket means what? Yes, a small forest like Kuttikad in Malayalam we say. So through the thickets it was moving and Vicky could see Kalia, the king cobra, as it slithered noiselessly. So he even knew the name of the king cobra. The name of the king cobra is Kalia. So while sitting on his favorite jamun tree and looking around, he could see his friends moving all around. See the eagles flying in the sky. Porcupine. What is a porcupine? Porcupine, mullambanni. Okay, and cobras. So these all of them were Vicky's friends. Okay. Then Vicky always had a kind word for each of his friends. His friends in turn loved to talk to Vicky. So he was a chatterbox. You know a squirrel, whenever you see a squirrel, just observe it. Our small squirrel also, usually that we see at home, it will not stop, it will not stop making noise. It will move around making noise. So the squirrel can be considered as a chatterbox, talking to each and every one. Okay, to the trees, to his friends, he had a kind word to each one of his friends. So he loved his friends and the forest very much. Okay, so now we will see what happened to Vicky. One sunny day, when Vicky was sitting on top of his favorite tree, he heard a very strange noise. Whirr, one sound was coming. One day, he was sitting on his favorite jamun tree and watching the river and looking at his friends and sitting there. He heard a strange noise, a whirring sound. Some whirring sound was coming. This was a new sound, and at once Vicky hopped and skipped and made his way to see from where this noise was coming. He was aghast when he saw a group of men cutting down the trees. So what happened one day? One day he heard a new voice. When some noise, strange noise was coming, so he hipped and hopped and made his way to see what's going on. And he was aghast at the sight. Aghast means shocked, filled with horror and or shock. He was shocked to see that few men, they came for cutting down the trees. You know, Vicky loves trees, and these men are trying to cut down the trees. Okay, so a disaster is awaiting them. So Vicky was in tears. Many of his friends too had come to see what the whirring noise was all about. The animals in the forest were pained to see the trees be cut. The lankers screamed and the peacocks wailed, but nothing seemed to move the men who were bent on cutting the trees. So what happened? Vicky was in tears, and he saw his friends hearing the noise. Most of the animals came to see what the noise is, and he saw that all the animals wanted to stop this men. Okay, they wanted to make this men stop cutting the trees. The lankers, what is lankers? Monkeys. Okay, lankur is a monkey. They started, the lankers screamed loudly. They screamed loudly, making a lot of noise, asking the men to stop. Peacocks, what the peacocks? Wailed. Wailed means make a high pitched sound. Okay, non-stop high pitched sound. It made to make this men somehow. Please stop it. They were telling, all of them were telling, please stop this. Don't cut our trees. This is our home. If you cut the trees, it is difficult for the animals to live. So they were all pleading, they were all screaming and telling the men, please don't do that. And Vicky was almost in tears. He was crying. But did they listen? Did the men listen to them? No. They didn't show any, they didn't even notice these animals trying to stop them, and they continued with the work. So by evening time, they have cut a lot of trees from the forest, and the forest, it was not looking the same. The beauty of the forest, everything is lost. Okay. So we will see what happened after that in the next class. Okay. I know you all are waiting anxiously to know what happened after that, isn't it? Yes. So I want you to mark certain words in your worksheet. I will tell the words. Please underline the words and find the meanings of that. Okay. The first one is in the second paragraph. Hopped. H-O-P-P-E-D. Hopped means jumped. Okay. Then serenely. Serenely means calmly. Shimmered. What do you mean by shimmered? Shining. Shimmer means to shine, shining. Then you have to underline gulls, sloth bears, porcupines. Then ticket. What is ticket? Kuttikara. Okay. Then slither. What do you mean by slither? Slithering. The snake slithers. Okay. Slithering. Slithered. Then you can also underline aghast. Aghast means shocked. He was shocked. Okay. Then you can also underline screamed and wailed. W-A-I-L-E-D. Both means cry, loud cry. Screamed and wailed. Okay. Did you like the story? We didn't finish. I know you all are anxious. So we will see the next part after this. Okay. See you children. Bye.